How could a ferry attack a Japanese fleet? When you think of naval warfare, you picture battleships, aircraft carriers, and submarines. Massive, heavily and vessels built for destruction. But if I told you that an ordinary ferry, a ship designed for passengers and cargo, could be turned into a weapon capable of attacking a Japanese fleet, it sounds absurd. But history is full of unexpected twists. Let's dive into this unusual yet fascinating possibility. To understand how a ferry could be used in an attack, we need to look at historical examples of unconventional naval warfare. During World War II, nations resorted to desperate measures, converting civilian ships into improvised war machines. The British used disguised merchant radars, the Germans converted cargo ships into auxiliary cruisers, and Japan even deployed suicide boats loaded with explosives. Now, let's imagine a scenario where a ferry is repurposed for combat. Ferries are sturdy, capable of carrying heavy loads, and often operate in coastal regions, perfect for unconventional warfare. So, how could one be modified for an attack? First armament, the ferry could be fitted with concealed artillery, machine guns, or even torpedoes. This is not as far fetched as it seems. Q ships in both world wars carried hidden weaponry to surprise enemy vessels. Secondly, ferries have large cargo holds, meaning they could be packed with explosive and turned into a floating bomb, similar to Japan's Shino suicide bots. Third, they could be used as mine layers, quietly dropping deadly naval mines in enemy waters. A ferry wouldn't stand a chance in a direct fight against a Japanese fleet, but stealth and dissipation could make it lethal. Imagine it disguised as a neutral or civilian vessel, quietly approaching under the cover of night. Before the enemy realizes the threat, it detonates explosives or launches a surprise torpedo attack, crippling a key warship. Japan itself pioneered the use of unconventional attacks, from kamikaze aircraft to manned torpedoes. If a ferry based attack were used against them, it would be an ironic twist in naval history. While we don't have recorded instances of ferries being used this way, similar tactics have been attempted. The USS Pueblo, a US spy ship, was lightly armed vessels, resurprised for intelligence gathering, showing that non military ships could play crucial roles in wartime. Today, ferries remain an unliked tool of war, but history teaches us that necessity breeds innovation. Who knows, in a different time, under desperate circumstances, a simple ferry could have changed the course of battle. What do you think? Could this crazy idea have actually worked? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more military history and warfare tactics. It is the early morning of February 13, 1942, off the coast of Singapore, now under siege by the advancing Japanese forces. Three British patrol boats sit at its anchor, gently rocking in the waves. Among them is HMS Li Wo, a former passenger steamer hastily commanded and outfitted with minimal weaponry, a single 4-inch gun and a few machine guns by the Royal Navy. Alongside it are the patrol boat Fu Ho and a third vessel whose name had since been lost to history. Aboard Li Wo, Captain Thomas sleeps fitfully, gathering with little rest he can before the perilous journey ahead. Singapore is on the brink of falling to Japanese, and the crew's only hope lies in desperate escape of safer waters. Hollow rumble begins to build in the distance, at first faint. It grows steadily louder until Vixen starts. His eyes snap open as realization dawns. Aircraft engines. He bolts upright and rushes to the deck, where a sight of sheer terror awaits him. The sky is filled with the dark, shy letters of Japanese bombers, their formation precise and unyielding. A few break away, banking ominously toward the small convoy below. Wilkinson barely has time to react before the first trampling run begins. The bombers unleash has a hail of machine gun fire, bullets tearing through the ship's tin metal hull and ripping into the armored upper deck. The second floor quarters erupt in explosions as rounds detonate inside, sending shrapnel and debris flying. Smoke and acrid scent of burning paint fill the air as the crew scrambles to return fire, knowing full well that their outdated weaponry is no match for the enemy above. As Kohas engulfs the vessels, Wilkinson grips the rail, already calculating their next move. Survival is uncertain, but surrender is not an option. A low rumble begins to build in the distance. At first faint, it grows steadily louder.